I wanted to pop on real quick and share with you a little tip. So when I sew on my pieces, when I use plush yarns onto my plush amigurumi, I like to use acrylic yarn as opposed to, the actual plush yarn, because many of them can shred and they're just not good for sewing. So no matter what kind of plush yarn I use, I always use acrylic yarn. So, but instead of going into your regular stash, your full skeins of yarn and things, check out your little scrap balls that you might have saved up. Because I know many of us, we save our scraps. So I'm gonna check out mine and see what I can find. So this is my jar of scrap yarns that you might see in the background of my videos. And I can already see one possibility. So let's take a look, see here. This one's not too bad. I actually like this. That's the right color. I also see this one. So I can either go lighter or darker. If I just take a strand and pull it across the piece to see if it'll work, I think that will work nicely. And also, let's pull this out. I think that would work nicely as well. I can't remember, but I know that there's one preference over the other. I can't remember if the tip is go lighter or go darker. I can't remember, but I don't know. I might be pulling towards this color. But let's see. Can I find anything else? Maybe this one. No, I think that's more blue. Yeah, I think these two are a great possibility. So I might try this one first and see how that goes, and then this one if not this. So yeah, that was my tip for the day.
Looking for my mother's eyes as I'm staying close to the mirror. A lock of gold, a secret smile, little things I remember. Place a hand upon my heart as her, she was a believer.
I think it's looking really nice. I think it blends in really well. It's not standing out or anything, so I'm really happy with this color choice. I can easily see the lighter color working just as well.
Sometimes I can feel her arms holding me as forever. Time changes everything, and everything will change in time. Love changes every heart, and any heart can change you. I see in you my mother's eyes, and I lay your head to my shoulder. A lock of gold, a secret smile, I will tell you when you get older. I place a hand upon your heart, every beat is taking me over, and I will hold you in my arms, pretend we'll stay here forever. Time changes everything.
Now that I'm finished attaching the crown and I embroidered these horizontal lines for the texture of the carrot, I am now ready to attach these white parts to the body, and I did find several actually scrap balls of yarn in white. So I'm gonna go ahead and attach these using my scrap yarn.
And everything
hard at work lately, working on my latest video. My next video, today's posting, was supposed to be a podcast video, but for some reason, I wasn't in the mental capacity to prepare for it. So instead, I turned my attention to another video, which I have mentioned quite recently a few times, and that is how I do my color changes for just regular standard color changes as well as striping. And I was more interested in that topic as opposed to my podcast. So that's where I have been turning my attention to lately, and I have been working really, really hard on it. When I have these types of videos, that's kind of like a teaching sort of a video. I don't consider it a teaching. I feel like it's more of a sharing kind of video because I'm not presenting anything new. It's just like my preference as far as what method I like to use for my color changes and my striping. And I will be sharing both. But along with that, I will be sharing some of the more common methods of doing color changes, and then I do a comparison so that when I do share that video, you yourself can make your own decision as to which method is right for you personally as a maker. Because I think that's important. For me, I like to learn all kinds of methods, even though if I have a current favorite method, I'm always still watching new videos on the same topic, trying to see if there's a different technique or a method or perspective, so that I can tweak my current process or even just overhaul and skip it all together and just come up with or use a new one. So I've been working on that video, but whenever I work on those types of videos, I have a vision of how I like the video to be. And I've mentioned here on this channel many times before that I am a visual learner. And so when I share my things, I also share in a visual way. And in order to do that, with filming and editing, there's a lot to it. And so I have been taking a lot of time in planning, in making and filming and editing. It's a lot. And for me to do a turnaround time of just 1 week, it was just impossible. So today's video is not a podcast. It's not a tutorial, but it is this vlog. And I find because so far so good. I have been pretty good about picking up the camera and filming for my vlogs. And because I have so much footage accumulated, I feel like it's easier for me to just pull together a video to post, to share with you. So I was able to work on this video and share it with you today. Otherwise, it was either no video today or just try and pull something together and share it with you, even though if it's kind of impromptu, because I only have 1 day to spend on this for pulling together editing and all that stuff. So I hope you will understand for the reason why I have 3 consecutive vlogs and no podcast. But I appreciate your patience, and I hope that you look forward to that stripe/color change video. But I have been working on a different project. It's not crochet, but it is still toy making related, and I'm excited about it because I have been itching to do some hand stitching. I don't know why, but I don't know. I've been wanting to pick up a project and do some hand stitching, whether it be like quilting or paper piecing or applique or even doll making. I just wanted to use my hands to do some stitching, which is funny because early in my amigurumi journey, I was one of those who did not enjoy sewing parts together. Because when you make amigurumi, oftentimes the patterns are made such that you have to sew on body parts. And I have a whole closet full of projects that have turned from whips to UFOs because of that very reason. I'll have body parts galore and then I just gotta sew them up together. So maybe I should go back to those and sew them up since I no longer have that that attitude towards sewing now because I like to sew dolls and I like to do a bit of hand sewing. My mentality has shifted now so that I no longer hate to sew on body parts for amigurumi, crochet amigurumi, which is a funny thing to me. But let's go see what I have been busy working on lately as far as crafting.
Searching for something that ain't lost. Have we got our lines crossed? We're wasting time on stuff that doesn't really matter, while wishing for something better. I try to fix things that weren't broken, misunderstandings and words unspoken. We fall apart, and I won't dare to say, do you feel the same way? Maybe you don't wanna know, but you don't see what you have in front of you. Or maybe I'm not enough for you, so maybe I should go. If I had known from the start, this wouldn't have ended with broken hearts. 'Cause I don't wanna waste my time. If we don't feel the same way, then don't pretend that everything's okay. Don't string me along the way you do. Just let me get over you. Maybe you don't wanna know, but you don't see what you have in front of you. Or maybe I'm not enough for you, so maybe I should go. If I had known from the start, this wouldn't have ended with broken hearts. 'Cause I don't wanna waste my time, no. I don't wanna waste my time, no. Maybe you don't wanna know, you don't see what you have in front of you. Or maybe I'm not enough for you, so maybe I should go. If I had known from the start, this wouldn't have ended with broken hearts. 'Cause I don't wanna waste my time, no. I don't wanna waste my time, no. No, I don't wanna waste my time.
So this is my closet full of UFOs. And as you can see, there are body parts. Here's a body with the neck reinforcement in there. It's missing a head. Just pieces galore. And look, who knows what's in there? I mean, I really gotta go back. Here's my headless mouse. I was looking for this. I looked everywhere except for here. Well, here's the mystery from my other video. Thumbs up if you know what video I'm talking about. I'm keeping this. But yeah, just, oh, and here's a head. There's a body in here somewhere. So yeah, not this shelf here, but there's more down here. Yep, more UFOs. So a closet full of projects that need attention. Will I ever get to them? I don't know. Who knows?
I'm driving, you're smiling, just really doing nothing. That's the thing I like about you. On the highway, it's our way, Route 66, and we keep on driving. We just do what we wanna do. Yeah, no, nothing's complicated with you. Hey, playing songs on the radio, sing along to the words that we don't know how. Brings out the wild moves. Let's just run away. Yeah, I could drive the whole along. Being with you is like being on the rodeo highways. Brings out the wild moves. I got a little crush on you. You say that I'm crazy. It's just the way that I get every time that I am with you. Your laughter takes me to heaven. I just wanna make you repeat it and repeat it again. Yeah, you make the sky so blue. No, nothing's complicated with you. Hey, playing songs on the radio, sing along to the words that we don't know how. Brings out the wild moves. Let's just run away. Yeah, I could drive the whole along. Being with you is like being on the rodeo highways. Brings out the wild moves. I got a little crush on you. On the highway, it's our way, Route 66, and we keep on driving. We just do what we wanna do. Hey, playing songs on the radio, sing along to the words that we don't know how. Brings out the wild moves. Let's just run away. Yeah, I could drive the whole along. Being with you is like being on the rodeo highways. Brings out the wild moves. I got a little crush on you. Ooh, I got a little crush on you. I got a little crush on you. I got a little crush on you. I got a little crush on you.
I was just cutting out my ears when I realized I cut out the wrong piece from my pink. The inner ear is supposed to be pink, and the regular outer ear is supposed to be the skin tone. And I had put it in the wrong pile, not even thinking, and I cut out the pink for the regular ear. So now I'm gonna have to cut the inner ear from the outer ear pink. So I'm gonna have a little bit of wastage, which this wool felt is pretty expensive. So I'm a little sad about that, but it is just a little bit. So hopefully it's not too much, scraps. Let me know if you have any ideas on what I can do with these scraps, because I'd hate for them to go to waste. Maybe I can use them for like wool felting or something, because they are wool and viscose combination, I think. I'll have to look that up again. It's been a while since I purchased it, but yeah, so I made another maker's boo-boo. Miko has an upcoming field trip for school, and she had a fundraiser to help raise funds for that field trip because it's going to be running in the hundreds. Yeah, kids, what are you going to do, right? So this had a Disney theme, and Miko chose to do Toy Story, and she decided she was allowed to make 2 sets of desserts, and it's a dessert fundraiser. It's kind of like a bake sale, but it's an auction, and we go to a dinner / show type of thing, and then they serve us, and afterwards they have the bake auction, I believe is what it is, and the students are allowed to make 2 sets of desserts. And she decided that she wants to make red velvet cupcakes, and they would be a Toy Story theme. She wanted to do, what is that, Biscoff flavored cupcakes, but we decided against it because the cookies are kind of on the expensive side, and the whole purpose of the fundraiser was to try and raise money, not so much try and gouge people out of their money. So and red velvet is a little bit on the pricier side because of the cream cheese, but we had already bought the ingredients, so we're going for it. So she's gonna make 2 batches of red velvet cupcakes, and I wanted to show you what we made together because it's kind of crafty and it's fun, and it's me and Miko.
I don't think that I'm being that selfish right now. You said yourself you'd be breaking every vow. I can understand you're tired of this town, and I'm not saying that we have to settle down now. Just remember this: we could have been stardust, same world but without us. Something made us find each other out there, made us realize we're more than just stardust. Ignore this fact if you must, to do what your dreams are telling you to do, and I'll be out there looking for someone like you. Stardust, stardust. I'm the lazy one, so I guess I should have known. You said yourself you wanna do this alone. What if your dreams are making it hard to think straight? If you still love me, I can wait, I can wait. And remember this: we could have been stardust, same world but without us. Something made us find each other out there, made us realize we're more than just stardust. Ignore this fact if you must, to do what your dreams are telling you to do, and I'll be out there looking for someone like you. should just lean together. We could have been stardust, same world but without us. Something made us find each other out there. Made us realize we're more than just stardust. Ignore this fact if you must, to do what your dreams are telling you to do. And I'll be out there looking for someone like you.
I was just helping Miko make some buttercream transfers. I included some clips of us making the transfers. We had a lot of fun. We actually enjoy doing this kind of stuff, and she really wants to do it, but she is very much like me, where she has perfectionism tendencies. And so she's always saying, I want to bake something. I want to bake something. And I'm always chiming in, go bake something. Go make something so I can eat it. And then Mr. D also is like, yeah, go make something so we can eat it. But she's always like, I don't know what to make. And so we give her ideas. I'm like, cream puffs, you gotta learn how to make cream puffs, because we always go to Beard Papa, and we buy their cream puffs. I love their cream puffs there. And so I'm telling her, you gotta learn how to make this, babe. You wanted to learn how to make bread, and cream puffs is in the bread family, right? So she's like, but she never does it. But when things like this, like deadlines and pressure come up, all of a sudden, for some reason, she's like, okay, I'm gonna bake something. But we haven't made anything in a long time. Not anything to this extent as far as like, cake decorating skills and stuff. We've dabbled in sugar cookie decorating. And she's done some cake decorating herself. Me, not as much. But I did learn about this buttercream transfer technique that I thought I wanted to try. And so I wanted to help her if she wanted my help. But yeah, we had so much fun. And I'm like, baby, we should be doing this more often. I know you want to bake. And she's like, yeah. I told her, when there's pressure and stuff, then you're all gung-ho for it. But then when there's no pressure and there's just weekends, lazy weekends, you can make anything you want. No, I don't know what to bake. So I just noticed I have some dye on my on my hands. That's the what do they call that? Scars from the buttercream thing. So we're making the buttercream transfers ahead of time, but come tomorrow, while she's at school, I need to bake the actual red velvet cupcakes and then assemble it, because the whole fundraiser event is tomorrow night, and we're not going to have any time for any baking, decorating, just simply assembly and go. So yeah, that was super fun, and I'm glad that I got to share that with you.
Dreams are telling you to do. And I'll be out there looking for someone like you.